advisor to Premier Energies, which is one of India's leading companies in the renewable energy sector. We have with us today for this event the Managing Director and Founder of Premier Energies, Mr. Chiranjeev Saluja, who will be addressing the gathering. Post his address, anybody has a question, you can just ping me or make yourself visible, raise your hand and ask your question. It could be a little bit of confusion, but then, we're living in different times, I guess, so I'm sure you'll bear with us. And thank you once again for joining all of us. I will now hand you over to Chiranjeev Saluja, the Managing Director of Premier Energies. Over to you, Chiranjeev.
Thank you, Atul. Am I audible, Atul? Good afternoon, everybody, and thank you for joining in today. As Atul said, we are a solar company with presence in about 25 years. We started way back in 1995 with a very small capacity of 5 megawatt manufacturing per annum. Today, we are close to an 800 crore company with a capacity of 500 megawatt manufacturing facility employing about 1,000 people. We have a presence in solar manufacturing, in EPC projects, in operate systems like solar water pumping systems for farmers. In our journey towards greater professionalism and in the light of the change in the technology landscape, we envision the way we want to go forward. Our mission is to be among the top 5 players in India. We consider ourselves as a green warrior against climate change and believe in cleaner air and greener world. Our existing manufacturing plant has solar rooftop generation of 30% of our existing demand for our factories. Coming to COVID times, during COVID times, I'm sure we all have been impacted with the COVID-19 pandemic. We at Premier, we had extended fullest safety measures to all our employees. We have been growing at about 10 to 15% year on year during these times, and with a full order book for the next year. As you all know, India has been giving a lot of importance to solar and renewable energy, with the International Solar Alliance also headquartered in India, with about 73 member countries signed as on date. Under the National Solar Mission, India has a target of 60 gigawatt of ground-mounted and 40 gigawatt of rooftop connected to be achieved by 2022. As on 31st October, the operational solar energy capacity in India is 36.32 gigawatt and around 37 gigawatt is under implementation. Today, renewable energy contributes 24% of the country's installed power capacity and 11.62% of the total electricity generation. Government wants 55% of the installed capacity to come from renewable energy by 2030, and our Honorable PM wants solar energy capacity to reach 450 gigawatt by 2030. Manufacturing costs of solar are coming down. In line with the Atmanirbhar policy of Government of India and an encouraging policy of Telangana government under the able leadership of our Chief Minister, we at Premier Energies are getting up for this opportunity. So today's media interaction was to talk about our new greenfield project, which is being set up at Electronic City.
Just to interrupt you, I think you'll go a little slower because your voice is distorting at points. So let's go a little slower to make it more audible.
Sure. So in line with the Atmanirbhar policy of Government of India and an encouraging policy of the Telangana government under the able leadership of our Chief Minister of Telangana, we are getting up for this opportunity with the setting up of a new greenfield project, which is being set up at Electronic City close to the Hyderabad airport. The Electronic City has excellent facilities provided by the state government. We at Premier Energies are tripling our capacity from existing 500 megawatt per annum capacity. We are taking this to 1,500 megawatt per annum capacity. The investment which we at Premier Energies are doing for this greenfield project is an amount of 483 crores. The new unit construction is almost done and will be commissioned by April 2021. This new facility is a state-of-art facility with latest technology to make large format solar panels, thereby bringing the cost down further. Once this facility is commissioned, we will be among the top 5 manufacturers in India. In our new facility, we propose to utilize 45% of our electricity demand from our solar rooftop. This apart, we will also be the first solar cell and module manufacturing company in India who will be recycling our wastewater to use 97% of the wastewater and also be a zero liquid discharge plant. Being a renewable energy company, we are very seriously working towards climate change, and we take our internal commitments seriously to achieve our vision requirements. Keeping in mind that we are tripling our capacity with this 483 crore investment, we are hiring multiple individuals from blue chip companies, each holding major areas of responsibility. Professionals are critical for our growth. We have a strong leadership team with diverse experience in government sector consulting and technology. On sustainability and community initiatives, we are planning multiple initiatives to support an environment of cleaner air and greener world. We are actively looking for opportunities where we can help light up the lives of the underprivileged. We have been actively involved in village electrification schemes of the Government of India, and last year we did electrify about 15,000 homes, most of them during the COVID pandemic time. So I'm done with what I had to say. I'm open to questions from the media. Atul, over to you to take this forward.
So anybody has any questions, please feel free to just. Yeah, Mr. Ravi Kumar has a question.
Just a few clarifications. You said you, as of now, have 500 megawatts of solar panel manufacturing capacity in Hyderabad.
Yes, Mr. Raghu.
It will be expanded to 1,500 megawatt over it's already done, is what you are saying.
It's under commissioning. In April 2021, we plan to start the production lines. And this is not only solar modules, but also solar cells.
No, please come again. What will you manufacture? What is your
Solar
manufacturing?
cell. At the moment, we are manufacturing 500 megawatt of solar modules. With this new facility, we will be manufacturing 1,500 megawatt integrated facility of solar cells and modules.
Okay. And you are also an EPC turnkey projects you take up.
Yes.
And then you, which are the areas where your market is in India as also abroad?
Of course, yes. We have a strong presence in India, and also we do export to markets in the US, in Africa, and also Europe.
And yours is a mostly private.
Sorry, I couldn't follow that question.
So I am asking, yours is a closely held firm. It's a private concern, or are you listed also?
No, we are a public limited company, but we are not listed.
Okay. And what do you do for your funds requirement?
So we have been working with bankers who have been supporting us, and also IREDA in Delhi. As we are a 25-year-old company, we have had excellent relationship with our bankers who have been supporting us.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Rishi here.
Hi Rishi.
Hi, how are you?
All well Rishi, good to see you again.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, so I was just wanting to understand this investment. How have you funded this investment, this 483 crores capex?
So, Rishi, this is funded, the projects have been funded by IREDA. IREDA is an arm of the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy Agency. So, we have got our capex funding from IREDA.
Okay. So, how much capacity? You have 500 megawatts current capacity of modules.
Yes.
How much is cells and how much is modules?
At the moment, we have a 60 megawatt cell and 500 megawatt modules.
Yeah.
And what we are expanding is another 750 megawatt of cells and 750 megawatt of modules.
750 megawatts of?
Solar cells.
Yeah.
And 750 megawatt of modules.
Of modules. So when you say 1000 megawatts, this doesn't add up, no?
So we said an integrated cell and module of 1500 megawatt.
So effectively 5000 plus 1500 is the capacity addition.
No, so the capacity addition is 750 in cell and 750 in module.
Yeah.
Which if we sell the cell separately and the module separately, it's an integrated 1500 megawatt facility.
I see. Okay. Okay. So you will from 500 it will become 1500. That's what you're saying.
If you're talking about independently cell and module, the module will become 1.25 gigawatt and the cell will be 750,
Yeah.
which is again integrated 2 gigawatt.
That's what I said. Integrated will be
2 gigawatt.
because the numbers will become 2 actually, not 1.5.
Yes, 1.5 is the new facility.
Okay. Right. So this is almost nearing completion. This 1.5.
Yes.
So one more question I had. This PLI scheme, do you see yourself benefiting out of that?
The PLI scheme was announced, but it is the expression of interest is still not come out. It's still awaited from the ministry. Once it comes out, depending on the terms of the scheme, we will know whether it is going to be. Of course, it's a very smart move to encourage production by the government of India. But we are waiting for more details.
Yeah, but you still have issues on DCR and other things, no? Has it been sorted out?
So yes, I mean, in line with the DCR requirement, the domestic content requirement in India, we have set up these lines, and which is going to really help fulfill the ambitions of the DCR, Make in India plans of the government of India.
Okay. So this, the 800 crores revenue which you mentioned was for 2019-2020.
Yes, it was for 1920, yes.
How much will it be this year, sir?
This year, even though we didn't operate for almost 4 months, we would be almost at the same level.
Same level. So what will be the benefit now that you are almost technically starting at the beginning of a financial year? So this capacity addition, how much boost will it give to your revenues?
So, for the next year, we're looking at almost doubling our revenues to 1,500 crores.
1,500 crores. Okay. And from what I know, you supply to not only domestic market, international market also. How much of it is domestic and how much is international now?
So the shift, there has been a change in this shift. A couple of years ago, the export was substantial, but now with the huge demand in India, the exports are only about 5% and 95% is Indian market now. Because we have a huge pipeline of projects to be completed in India.
Okay. So you expect all buyers now to focus on domestic manufacturers?
Yes, looking at the tariffs, what you are seeing in India now with the tariffs of sub 2 rupees, it's become very attractive for the utilities to look at buying solar power.
And also, no, I'm talking about module prices, the import versus India prices.
Import versus India, with the safeguard duty in place, we are almost at the same level today.
Okay, so that means it is after a long time you are getting that advantage now.
Of course, yes, yes.
Okay. So any plans to raise funds going forward?
Not immediately, but yes, we will be looking at opportunities.
So will it be some sort of an IPO or EPI? What will it be?
We will be looking at all the options, but there is still time for IPO.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So good afternoon, I'm Anand Gupta from EQ Magazine.
Hi, Anand.
First of all, congratulations for this amazing move. So we'd love to know the new facility, what kind of technology of the panels would be coming out of this facility, sir?
So in line with the technology shift which has happened in the world market in the last 8 months, we have invested in the latest technologies, and this new plant is going to be is a universal texturing plant where we can do polycrystalline, mono-PERC, both types of technology, as well as we can do the large format panels. So we can go from the 157mm wafer to even 210mm wafer. In layman terms, for others, it is that we can make larger modules than what are being used in India, thereby helping in reducing the cost of setting up power plants, and also lesser requirement of land with the increased efficiency in larger format panels.
So you mentioned efficiency. So what efficiency of panels are we planning to produce from the facility, sir?
So our mono-PERC cells will have an efficiency of 23+% to start with. We are also investing in mono-PERC plus solar cells, and going forward also looking at TOPCon. But at the moment the new facility is mono-PERC solar cells and poly. And poly we are looking at efficiencies of 19% and mono-PERC is 23%.
That's fantastic, sir. I actually happened to interact with a few people at the ministry yesterday, and yesterday or day before, I don't remember, but I learned that regarding the PLI scheme, so I have valuable input to share with you and for everyone in the room, that the ministry is thinking of passing on the benefits of PLI scheme to companies who have integrated cell and module manufacturing facility both, and they were thinking of making it at the level of 1000 megawatts of cells and 1000 megawatts of modules. So I would also suggest that if we can make that roadmap of, because I think modules will be anyways plus 1000 megawatts, but if you also have just 250 megawatts short of the solar cell capacity, probably, if that is the case.
Sure.
So let us check with the ministry as well on this point.
Once the scheme is out, then we could work on those qualification requirements.
And sir, last couple of questions regarding the testing and reliability. So what kind of measures are we taking so that the buyer, whether it be from India or from abroad, that they are very sure what kind of certificates or testings that we will provide them to make the buyer ensure that it's buying a very good quality material.
So, as you would have seen, historically, we were the first company in India to be BIS certified. We were also the first company to be certified